Hi guys, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Thursday video report. Last night cashing out my second straight 10-dime best bet winner in the NBA. 2 for 2 so far this young season. The Atlanta Hawks, 2-point road dog, as I told you, would easily dominate and control the Memphis Grizzlies on the road, and that's certainly what they did. Winning, I think the final margin was by 17 points, and on the heels of the 10-dime winner 2 nights ago with the Boston Celtics, a 1.5-point home dog, winning outright over the Miami Heat. You know, and I've said to you, if you read the analysis, I was right on the money in terms of the play there last night with Atlanta over Memphis. Everybody put so much into Memphis going 8-0 in the preseason. It was almost like they discounted or totally forgot, had selective memory, that their starting center, Marc Gasol, who, it's not that he's a 20-point-per-game scorer, you know, but he's a guy where a lot of their offense runs through him, and when he missed the final 15 games last season, this team really struggled to put points on the board. They almost forgot about that, and they discounted the fact that the Atlanta Hawks are a pretty darn good team. Not a great team, especially in the postseason, but a talented team, and a team that's made the playoffs the past 2 years, and that's something the Memphis Grizzlies certainly can't make a claim of. So, clearly, the line wasn't telling you anything, but you have to be smart enough to look at the line and realize that sometimes it's not about Team A being better by so many points or worse by so many points than Team B, because always remember, guys, and I get asked this all the time in interviews, you know, are the so-and-so better than so-and-so by this many points? The line is set to inspire equal betting action on both sides, so bookmakers and sports books make money on the vig. Your job as a gambler, my job as a professional handicapper and a gambler, is to look at that line and evaluate it and look at it and say, hey, this is just a bad number. It's a number. It's a number. It's not meant to reflect the talent of the teams. You do the evaluation of the teams, and then you base your projection on the number in Vegas. And that's how you find the mismatches. And I told you, early in the NBA season, you will repeatedly find mismatches and money-making opportunities, especially every first couple of weeks of every single sport, but especially in the NBA, where I'm a firm believer that it takes about 7 to 10 games for these teams to really develop a chemistry, to develop an identity, because your preseason is so short. So when the Memphis Grizzlies go 8-0, it means absolutely nothing at the outset of the season. You're working in so many players. You're working in rookies, free agent acquisitions, those that are acquired in trade. It takes a while for coaches to really define those first 8 to 9 players off, you know, that they're going to see consistent action every single night. It goes more than just the 5 starters. It goes to those first 2 or 3 guys off the bench, and to also develop player rotation. So if you know the personnel, and in evaluating NBA, my key in terms of handicapping is simply to look at the matchups at the positions, the starting 5, and then the backcourt, the bench. That's how I make my picks in the NBA. Now tonight, I have just one 5-dime play in the NBA. It's Washington-Orlando. It's a big, big number. But, you know, the Magic pretty much stood pat in the offseason, other than moving into a brand new home tonight with the Amway Center. And the Washington Wizards, of course, got the #1 draft pick, John Wall, who had a great preseason. But is that enough for the Wizards to cover 14 points? Yes, that's how big the number is tonight. I've got a 5-dime play on them. In baseball, I told you in game #1 in the World Series, I didn't really have an opinion last night. I have an opinion on game #2, a 5-dime play on that. And finally, a 5-dime play in football tonight on NC State and Florida State. Now, you know these two teams have been very good to me. You know weeknight college football has been outstanding for me. This is a 5-dime play as well. Those 5-dime plays in college football, 15-4-1 roll. And overall college football run, I think over the last 6.5 weeks, is 18-8-1. 5-dime play on that side selection, NC State and Florida State. Now, as for your total in this game, I think the number is exceptionally high. I mean, you're looking at a number near 60 points tonight. And on face value, you see this NC State team can certainly put points on the board, and they certainly can give up points as well. But you have a couple other factors to consider. You know, this Florida State team, have they put a lot of points on the board? Well, yes, they did 2 weeks ago when they absolutely destroyed the Hurricanes in Miami of Florida, but they struggled last week at home against Boston College in an obvious letdown situation. But Christian Ponder, their quarterback, burst a sack in his elbow. It popped, burst a sack, say that 3 times quickly, in that game. Didn't practice much in the subsequent week. Will be starting tonight. They, of course, can always turn to E.J. Manuel as well. But the key to this Seminoles team this year has been the defensive improvement. This is a team that's giving up under 17 points a game. This is a team that has the most sacks in the country, or in the ACC, with 30 of them already. Now, Russell Wilson is a very talented quarterback, but somewhat of an erratic quarterback. 9 interceptions in the last 4 games after really not throwing many picks at all in his first 2 years as a starter for the Wolfpack. I think in this game, it's going to be a low-scoring contest. I think, you may see one of the teams, the victor tonight, may reach 30 points, but I think the other one stays down in the 20s. I think that this is a game where you play the under for your free pick, and that's the way to go. Of course, last night, free pick winner on the Denver Nuggets, hammering the Utah Jazz for your Thursday free pick. I'm going to go with the under.